It's been a week since the Ramadan has begun, and if you speak about Bengaluru, do we know that Mosque Road holds a special emotion for all the Bangalorans, especially at the Ramadan season? The Ramadan season is not just about the food, but it's about the culture, the people, the tradition, and everything collectively celebrated for the 30 long days. But here's something that we all have to know this Ramadan. Fraser Town, most popularly known for its feast during the Ramadan, will not be hosting the feast this year. But the real question is, why is this happening this year? Is the food festival really banned in Fraser Town? The Fraser Town Welfare Association has taken a collective stand to stop the chaos of food festival this Ramadan. But what is the real reason? We met the VP of the Fraser Town Residential Association, with whom we had a deep conversation about why exactly this initiative has been taken, not just by the locals, but the entire Welfare Association of Fraser Town. Here's what he had to share about this entire initiative.
Yeah, I'm South Dastigir. I'm Vice President of FTRWA, which is Fraser Town Resident Welfare Association. And also, we are a group of people who are championing this Ramzan food festival issue. And it's been over a year since we've been working on this. And all of my friends are motivated against it. And yeah, it's a movement which is going to be for a greater good.
Fraser Town Food Street is becoming a massive news these days, mostly because of not just the howl of how delicious and people all over the place from Hyderabad and so many places come and put in the stalls, but also mainly because the residents have actually signed up for this, like the whole area residents. Can you elaborate from the beginning as to how this whole initiative started?
The initiative, there's no initiative as such which was started. It happens to be that there were a few stalls before when it really started, like 10, 15 years, 12 years, I don't know when, a few years back, many years. So that started growing, like two people became four people became six. And every year you saw a few more people were adding up. And I think we never had an issue for a very long time because it was just some regular business which has been going on with extra stalls. But eventually, it has become a nightmare for us. Like I think we recorded more than 250 stalls last year, and I was just we were all very surprised as to how these things are getting unchecked. Like, do we need to really come down and say that this is the problem, or is that everybody is able to see the issues? So yeah, so it was time that we were thinking about it for a very long time, but eventually it was time that we had to take some action, and then we came on the road, and it just spiraled to be many people, more than 600 people joined us that time, and it's all been very good. And this is the right thing to do because this is a residential area, and clearly you cannot have such a ruckus going on in terms of, I mean, if you have a checklist of what is allowed, not allowed, everything happening over there is not allowed.
Okay, can you just give us a whole idea of how is this being a ruckus, and at what point did you realize that this is the time that we have to take action?
We realized a few years back, like maybe 3 4 years, when it started blotting during Corona, after Corona especially. But then since 2 years, it's become out of hand for us. It's become too much. Like last year, we recorded the big mosque under which image the entire ruckus is happening, so called before. But there were 50% less people to go pray last year because they cannot access the mosque. There's so much parking, there's so many, there's so much of screaming, there's so much of smoke. It's just too tragic. So I mean, we all go to the same mosque, but last year I couldn't go. I didn't want to go because it's just to reach there. It's a task, so many hundreds and thousands of people coming, and the markets open till 2 o'clock in the morning, and the amount of garbage and the filth and the smoke and the smell and the stink is just everywhere. And also so much of hazard. There's cylinders outside, there are kids walking around, there's child labor, which was we noticed in many stores. And the hygiene part, don't even talk. We have videos we can share to you. The hygiene, oh my God. So that can be a separate chapter to talk about. But yes.
No issues. But you say you're the VP and you had to stand up for the signatures of people, the residents around here. So how was the response from people genuinely?
I mean,
Out of being the
we never really put efforts to take signatures because everybody is sick and tired of this entire thing. It was so very easy. We just announced that this is the day we are signing, and people just flocked in and to sign. And we haven't really gone beyond one part of the area. We have so many signatures, and more than 3,500 signatures, which we have with their numbers and the details. And but
all of them from the same area.
all of them just from this locality where the Mela is happening, the food ruckus which is happening. But I know if it's like a demand that no, we need more signatures, I can get you more. We can involve the church, the temple, all the residents around. I mean, everybody is affected, not only Fraser Town, but also people going towards Richards Park, or from there people coming in. It's like a choco block, the entire place, and you can see the ripples of the traffic from many areas. So yeah, we are dead against it. There's no way it's going to happen this time, and we have had the greatest support by MLA Srinivasa, and he's been like a pillar for us when it comes to all the issues which are there in Fraser Town. And we believe that our Fraser Town is in good hands. And I really, I'm not a very political person, and we always look at things in a critical angle because we are RWA, we are the residents. But we are happy to that we have a good MLA this time, and the kind of plans he has. This is the third time MLA has come with us standing in such a short time. The bridge project, we had we because of a lot of support from him. The bridge which is connecting from Mosque to the Richards Park, that had to be shortened because it was unscientifically done. So things like that, he's always been with us, and he has a lot of plan for us for Fraser Town, and we want to support who's doing really well.
So with regards to the whole Fraser Town issue itself, the whole food festival issue, have you spoken to the owners of these shops or the people who've put in stalls? Have you actually contacted them, spoken to them? How are they responding?
Why should I speak to any stall person? I mean,
no. This
the
was an
the, the,
initiative.
the restaurants which are already there.
Yes, the restaurants which already were open for this Ramadan feast and everything, all these restaurants. Obviously, you've taken the idea of the people around and everything, but how are these restaurants speaking? Because they might have a business perspective. They might speak in a different
Yeah,
perspective.
but we are not closing the restaurants. No?
Right. But we're only speaking about the stalls.
In the sense, we are only talking about the illegal stalls.
Okay.
Illegally coming there.
Right.
They're occupying the road, they're occupying the footpath, and they're reselling the stalls. Who is buying the stalls? Why they should resell it to anybody, and who gave them the authority to do that? This is not somebody's property where you can just because it's a month where you're doing business, you come and you buy and you resell it. Stuff like that. It's. I mean, the people who are putting up the stalls are not from this area. The people who are coming in majority and eating are not from this area. We are just getting penalized. And this is not a food festival or something. This is not a traditional Mela which has been coming down from generations. It is just an outburst of some food stores which are getting a place to show their skills, at a month. You don't know whether they are authorized to do it, or do they have the experience to do it, or where they're coming from. What are they using? What ingredients are they using? There has been a gastritis issues in the entire area. This is doctors' reports which are saying. There's been 600% increase in all these kinds of issues. So, and the kind of smoke which is emitted because of this fire being, the entire month, yeah. So all the kids have a respiratory issues during Ramadan because it's all smoke. You can smell it, and even that patar gosh or whatever the stone which is coming from the footpaths, you know, those stones, they are hot even at night when you're shutting the stores. You know, they are still hot for till the next day morning. So it's just very toxic. The air becomes toxic. Ambulances, we have videos I can share with you. Maybe you can, yeah. So ambulances being stuck, like really stuck for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour.
It takes me back to the incident that happened last year when there was this blast, right? The same thing happened. The ambulance couldn't reach the place.
Yeah, and also there was a cylinder blast last year, and there's been increase 5 times, 6 times increase in theft, mobile snatching, chain snatching. So it's really a hooligan kind of a situation, you know.
Sure, sir. Sure, it's quite clear that you're quite against the whole idea of having.
It's not. It's not
No,
me.
I don't
Or it's,
mention against. I
Yeah.
say there's a social issue that you've figured out and you've taken the community support. It's wonderful. But again, the question comes back to: do you think there can be an alternative solution? Say, for example, if this really had to happen, do you think there's an alternative solution for people to put up their stalls, cater some kind of business? Is there any idea of that sort?
So we feel sorry for those people who are missing out on making some money during this month, and I'm sure they have planned it for the last year to make it happen. But it is the government has to look up to these things. The alternative means it's those people who need to come together and do something amongst themselves. It is like, if there is some nuisance happening outside my house, I'm not going to think on those levels. It is going to be very clear that you should not be doing these things here. You're creating a ruckus, the noise, the pollution, the traffic, the crime rate, the cleanliness, the filth which is going, the kind of food you're giving, the kind of, man, every aspect you're creating an issue. It's outside my house, and I'm not going to look at who's going to make money, what they're going to make money. I feel sorry. I deeply feel sorry. We all feel sorry. Our entire team has thought about it many times. We are trying to work with a few people to see if we can really shift this entire thing to somewhere else. But end of the day, first it has to be clear that this is not going to happen for sure, and then we can definitely work together and see what we can do. I have nothing against them or anybody.
Right.
We're just saying we don't want the headache. That's all.
Right. Let's get a little clarity on the stats here. So, how many years has it actually happened in the Mosque Road so far, the Ramadan?
About 3-4 years. It's when it is really.
It heated up.
Yeah, it heated up to where there are people coming from outside and putting up stalls and stuff like that, because there are no regulations. You just need a small desk and something to cook on it.
You can just display it. Okay, no problem. And how many signatures have you collected so far?
About 3,500 signatures, which has already been handed over to the MLA.
All right. Yeah. All right. So it's also another thing. You have started the initiative. So how did you really start this whole petition thing? When did you announce it out? How much time did it take for you to get this whole action happening?
It was very fast, actually. Look, many years, many teams have been trying to do this, even when it was not such a big ruckus. There have been people trying, because those people who have been immediately been affected, of course they don't want it. Every day they're going and coming. Kids can't go out because they cannot come. All the mosque they cannot go. Of course, the people outside those really 3-4 roads were not that much affected earlier. Of course, now everybody is affected. Everybody, not only in our area, maybe 3-4 areas are affected. But so they have been trying a lot, but it never worked out. But what happened last year, we also waited till the month to start. If somebody is going to start, if something is going to happen. But we just started. A few people say, no, just nobody is coming for our rescue, my friend. We need to get down to business. And of course, we had the association. Association is, of course, we people again. They said, let's just do this, and we started. I took one sheet. First day, I remember I took one sheet and went to one of my uncles. I said, look, this is closest to your shop, your house, you need to sign this first. I said, it's not going to happen for sure, but I'll sign it for you. I said, okay, no problem, just sign. We'll do our thing. So after that, I saw people taking the forms from me, and please, I'll get the form sheet. Of my house people want to sign, they want to sign, they want to sign. So it just started spiraling and became like a movement. We opened one WhatsApp group, and there were like 800, 900 people signed up immediately and started discussing what to do.
This is within the span of how many days?
It was just 2 days, like Ramadan last time.
Right.
Towards the end, because nobody took action, and there's no, I mean, for sure it's going to happen again next year, right? So last year I went out first, and then I roped in a few of my friends, and then I roped in, then our association jumped in, the entire core of the association jumped in, and then we had neighbors who jumped in, and all the residents started, and then we started a small group which is called residents group, and now it's become like a movement. More than 600-700 people signed in just 2 days. That gave us motivation to go forward. We took a walk to the police station. We gave letters. We gave letters to all the departments from the association, FTRWA, which I'm the VP of. Our president immediately said, "Okay, let's just do this," and so it was very fast. It was not something which, of course, it's been 1 year now, but it just started with the heat of it. So everybody were really tired. So we just wanted somebody to just start. And now it's like a movement. We are using the same movement to resolve our issues on daily basis. And and so it's going to be a greater good, of course. But for sure, this Ramzan, no Mela activities will be allowed by us.
Seems like quite
And all the authorities have told us that as per the direction from the MLA, they are not going to allow any such activities, and we are hoping that this Ramzan will be peaceful for all of us. And then, of course, you have the biggest Mela, which has been underrated, which I feel, I truly feel people should go and enjoy, is Shivaji Nagar. Shivaji Nagar has been historically a place where delicious food is served, amazing Ramzan food is served. Like I remember the shops over there would sell maybe 10 lakh samosas a day, at times. So definitely for those people who really want to enjoy good Ramadan food, must visit Shivaji Nagar. It has a very beautiful historic market called the Russell Market, and also the food over there is so amazing. So I urge everybody to enjoy the Ramzan food Mela in Shivaji Nagar.
We also had a conversation with one of the members of this Fraser Town Welfare Association who also shared deep insights about why exactly this initiative was very much necessary.
My name is Syed Nadeem Mastan. I am a local resident of Frazer Town and also a part of and residents group of Frazer Town and FTRWA. I am a member. Recently I joined. Yeah.
As a resident, I'd like you to share your opinion on the whole news that's out on Fraser Town Food Festival.
Frazer Town Food Festival it's come recently this name. Frazer Town is purely for the residents, not for the food festival. Okay. It's recently, I think, couple of years, they started putting the banners stating that Ramzan is food Mela, but Ramzan is not for food. Okay, and anyway, this come. The name is come. We all are taken a stand. We are not taken a stand because of we are individually. We have spoken to our residents. There from very long time here. It's been like they're born and brought up here. I recently come to Fraser Town, but I have a shop, say around 25 years. Okay, so I recently joined here and as residents, I think 6 years back. So The residents are really not happy. The nuisance which is taken place during Ramadan. Okay, so we are individually and happen to talk to them. So they're like none of them are happy, especially elderly people. They are dead against about it. The nuisance which is taken place.